go ahead and pause it if you want to and read that. I don't mind. I don't mind. Or you could just DM me, send a donation to my Cash App, and voila, you got yourself the whole thing. Now let's continue. As I was saying, the spear, the circle, is the perfect 360 degrees because, 3 plus 6 plus 0 is 9, and we're 9 ether beings, and we have 9 series DNA, which is also why I is the 9th letter in the alphabet, which is why we also are in our mom in the womb for 9 months. Okay? Our innermost reality, the God within us, we can see, we can hear, we can feel. The blue pearl is the Kundalini awakening, that blue dot most of us see when we meditate, or that indigo rotating circle. It is the divine light, that Christos consciousness, the Christos, the crystal consciousness, the divine light that dwells within us all. The divine blue beings are the anointed ones, the Christo oil, the oracles, the prophets, the teachers, the healers who part and connect the masses with that last part of the Godhead. The Godhead. Understand?
Brahma is known as the creator god in Hindu mythology. He is part of the Trimurti, which includes Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer. Brahma's role is to create the universe and all living beings. He is often depicted with 4 faces, symbolizing his all-seeing nature and comprehensive knowledge. Interestingly, this seems similar to the multi-faced beings witnessed by the biblical prophet Ezekiel. Ancient Indian scriptures speak of Vimanas, described as flying machines capable of extraordinary feats. Hinduism is one of the world's oldest living religions, with roots stretching back over 4,000 years. The core scriptures, known as the Vedas, are a collection of ancient texts that were composed in Sanskrit. Scholars have dated the earliest of these texts, the Rig Veda, to around 1500 BC during the early Vedic period, which followed the Indo-Aryan migrations into the Indian subcontinent.
The blue beings, the blue-skinned people. I want you to think about the movie Avatar. I want you to think about the movie Black Panther 2, okay? When they were specifically how the movie Avatar 2 and Black Panther 2 were both heavily revolved around what? Water. The blue beings are the anointed ones. They're the anointed people, the crystal people, the indigo people, because of the Christos oil, are the crystals oil. Let me explain. You see, the Gnostics taught and believed that everybody could be the Messiah. Everybody could be the Christ, or the inner Christos, if you activate that potential within you. You activate your inner Christo whenever the sun sign of your astrological makeup, or the rising sign of your astrological makeup, is in the moon phase. That is when the pineal gland and the pituitary gland produce a white dew and a yellow dew, known as the land of milk and honey. These things secrete together in the claustrum, where you get the word Santa Claus from, and it travels down the chimney, are the 33 vertebrae of the spine, Jacob's ladder, the 33 years of Christ, where it sits during the what is it called? The sacrum, the sacred secret, right above the solar plexus for 2.5 days. Then it shoots back up and travels back up. This is where the Sushamana is activated and the Kundalini is activated, and that dew turns into a crystalline dew that travels through the 3rd ventricle and drips on the brain. This is where the seed of the soul is created, by that crystalline blue dew that is secreted and produced after the Kundalini and the Sushamana have awakened, and that Christos oil has traveled back up Jacob's ladder, back up the 33 vertebrae, and travels through the 3rd ventricle of the brain. That dew that comes through the 3rd ventricle of the brain is blue, and it was so concentrated back then, our ancestors genuinely had blue fucking skin. Now let's continue. The oracles, the prophets, the teachers, the healers who connect us to the Godhead were all had the ability to be teachers, healers, mystics. They were all referred to as the blue-skinned people. Okay? We all have this ability to do this through meditation and breath work. Whenever the moon phase is in your sun sign or your rising sign. If you don't partake in drugs or alcohol, if you don't partake in any sexual activity, you harness the seed. That's very important for the third chakra. You're going to get what happened. You're going to get the activation. You're going to get the activation, bro. But your body has to be in alignment with that. So, I mean, if you're eating wrong, if you're eating all kinds of bullshit and junk, it's not going to work. This is why they weaponize these things against us to keep us down. They already know this can happen. They're afraid of this happening. I'm telling you how to do it. I'm telling you what the blue means. You're welcome. Therefore, the blue-skinned people, the blue-skinned gods and goddesses are a symbolic reference for the embodiment of the divine feminine, the divine masculine balancement connection, the divine mother, the divine father, the God consciousness, the Christ consciousness, the crystal consciousness that connects to the crystal grid system of the planet, which is why as above, so below, as within, so without. I mean, come on, I taught you guys about the law of correspondence. I taught you guys about the law of action. I taught you about the law of cause and effect for this reason. The law of polarity, the law of mentalism for this specific reason right here. Tie it together, people. Come on. Come on, students. Let's tie it together now, okay? The great light is reference and symbolic to the blue dragon pearl, also known as the mustard seed, the sacred seed. It is the sacrum where the secret secretion is secreted for 2.5 days that re-enters the body up Jacob's ladder, okay? Think about the Atlanteans for a second. Think about the movie Avatar. Think about Shiva, Vishnu, Krishna, Kartikeya, Atum, Amun, the blue beings. They're all at the center of what? Sacred knowledge, wisdom, understanding, creation, understanding, destruction, life, death, water, the sky, above and below. It's all symbolism, and this is the story of you. Always surrounded by are symbolized with what? The sky, clouds, and water. Why? Because it's associated with the above and the below. As we raise in frequency and we fight the wickedness and we fight the wicked ones, we are considered to be those blue beings. You see, we're considered to be a lost people, a lost tribe, okay, since the times of Atlantis. This is why the ajna, the cosmic light of the body that we speak of, is represented as the blue chakra. And the top point of that, the crown, before we reach the outer aspects where I'm going to break down the 13 spirits of the Kabbalah, is purple, because red and blue make what? The feminine and the masculine are unified together, the merging of the beast and the master, okay? Thus explaining the significance and the importance of the secret between the color blue. Think about the blue roof spectacle of 2021 and 2022. How everything got destroyed and everything got burned except the houses with blue roofs. Now you see why Ajna is blue, the Vishuddha is blue, the 5th and 6th chakras are blue. Why we have a blue spot on our brain that's made up of these tiny little clusters that are literally neurotransmitters called neuroadrenaline that help control focus and attention that you need when you meditate or align with the cosmic universe. Thus, that's blue.
Philippus, tell me, why do you wish to cure people?
The human body is like a vast universe. You could study it forever and still not learn all there is.
Students, I need you to go review lesson 1 all the way up to lesson 10, because lesson 11 and lesson 12 are literally going to tie it all together for the big shebanga bang on lesson 13, okay? But this next lesson is going to tie all my previous lessons together, okay? So if you haven't seen them, go watch, go catch up.